In this episode, you're going to meet Canada's ambassador for reggae. Well, joining me in the studio today is Carrie Mullings. She is a radio host and DJ, and she's also Canada's ambassador for reggae. Well, hello, Carrie.
Hi.
Nice to have you here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Now, of course, people will probably recognize your voice, your name and your voice, but maybe they don't see you so much. And you look so lovely in those colors.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they hear the voice and just recently started to see the face, so it is a change.
So your personality, of course, was CHRY Radio Toronto. You host Rebel Vibes, an all-reggae show.
It's the only all-Canadian reggae show.
Right, good for you.
Yes. CRTC loved it, and so did SoCan, because there's a lot of lack of Canadian content on radio. And I think for campus community radio, it was just a small void there, and all I did was fill the void, and the rest has been a really great journey.
So, you know, you are Canada's ambassador for reggae. Now, how did you get that handle, and what does it mean?
It means a great deal. It really means a great deal to me, because it was given to me by the community, by the reggae community itself, on a trophy actually at the Community Appreciation Awards, where they awarded me Toronto's #1 female radio DJ, and then also entitled me Canada's Reggae Ambassador. Now,
reggae is obviously important to you.
Oh, yes.
Where did the influence come from?
It came from my dad.
Okay.
My father. He is known as Canada's forefather of the Canadian reggae scene. He migrated the music back in 1963.
And so you got the reggae bug?
I was born with the reggae bug. I don't think I got it. It wasn't like I caught something. It's in my blood. I've done a lot of different things in life, and some of them good, and some of them not so good. Hence the name Rebel Vibes of the radio show. I was quite the rebel growing up. So I was always getting myself into trouble, and it was actually trouble that took me to the radio station. So I know I'm very, very blessed, because this is a God-given path. It's not anything that I pursued per se.
So how'd you get your start in radio?
Honestly, I was with the wrong group of people, doing the wrong things, and that's just
wrong, Carrie?
How wrong? Well, truth, I've told this on the air.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to truly be who you are, and not put on a facade. So I shared it with the listeners that back in 2003, I had gotten into some trouble, and I had a fraud charge. And this was the truth. And it was all by mistake. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong situation, but did not do it. But then had a history of a lot of other things I did do. So it was one of those things. You got away with a lot. And this was more or less my turning point. It really was my turning point. And in order for me to be able to continue what I wanted to do in life, I didn't want to remain with that on my record, knowing that I did not do this. So I entered the court system, asked them what I can do, because there's a lot I wanted to pursue. And at that time, I wanted to get into the legal world. So they said, well, if you're willing to do 20 hours community service at a non-for-profit entity of your choice, we'd be willing to wipe this off of your record as a good deed. So I called my father and said, where can I go? Because I really am not too sure. And he said, I think maybe you should help Mr. Luther Brown. And Luther Brown works at CHRY, which is a non-for-profit radio station. And he had Toronto's longest running reggae show, and was a great supporter of my sister's music. So I contacted him and did my time with him. And before that time could be up, I really grew passionate for the time period I was with him. And he kind of played a little trick on me and made sure before I was leaving that he'd let everybody know that, but gave me a bit of control of the show that day. So I really got that bug, as you referred to, in my system, and it was life-changing. It really was, because at that point when Luther announced on air that this was my last show I would be assisting with and I was going to be moving on, the callers called in, and I got emails, and I started to get people on my Facebook and saying, you have a knack for this, why don't you pursue it? And that's really where it started. It was something bad that turned me into a home and a place that was so good.
And you're making a difference in lives.
Oh, a huge difference. It made the biggest difference in my life, and in turn, it's helped me make differences in many people's life. And I've had some absolutely wonderful experiences.
And you've had, you've since been recognized with a number of awards. Top radio DJ, best female radio personality,
yes.
And on. There's been a number, and in fact, you've just been recognized with a media award.
Yes, the media award itself from the International Women's Achievement Awards. That award is presented to individuals in media that are making a change within their community. And I think the change that was recognized in receiving this award is bringing an all-Canadian content show and raising the bar in production quality for reggae artists, being a connector between the producer and the artist, pioneering the first all-Canadian reggae charts, which have been well received worldwide, and most importantly, getting involved with artists, connecting with them and managing their musical careers. And I'm very proud that to date, I've managed 5 Canadian reggae artists, and every one of them during the management term has been either nominated for a Juno or won. And we're currently on my independent record label, which is Rebel Vibes, nominated right now for this year's Junos. My artist by the name of Elaine Little Bit Shepherd for the album Move You that we've done together with Mr. John Forbes. So it's been a journey from radio and doing a little bit of production, and now to have an independent label and actually be recognized with a Juno nomination under that label was great. We've received a Juno before in managing Elaine Shepherd and also Humble, but this one really stands out because I had hands-on in the production, which I never had before.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Now, Carrie, we're just going to take a break. It means my good to know minute, and I know you've got a great success tip, so please share with our viewers.
Oh, a success tip, I would say a lot of people have really grown to love their iPads, but I've been working with an iPad for a long time, and it's just the way I operate. You have to have integrity, be very passionate, have a lot of attitude and determination. So that's my iPad rule, and I want everybody to have an iPad. If you can't afford it, just start thinking about it.
So get an iPad.
Get an iPad, yes.
That's good to know, and thanks for sharing. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more on Extraordinary Women TV. Welcome back to Extraordinary Women TV. I'm Shannon Skinner, and I'm speaking with Carrie Mullings. She is a radio DJ and host and personality here in Toronto. Really thoroughly enjoying this conversation with you. Reggae
yes.
is a big part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question, and that is reggae dying here?
I wouldn't say reggae is dying.
Right.
I think that there's the niche market for reggae is expanding, but reggae has always been an underground music.
Right.
Unfortunately, no acceptance for reggae on the mainstream. We find here in Canada it's hard, very hard to hit the mainstream with reggae. It's more of a community-based, community radio-based genre, and it's become very popular via the internet and the festival circuit. But as far as mainstream acceptance, it's been very hard. I mean, Bob Marley set the trend for everything reggae worldwide, and I don't think there has been another Bob Marley per se, and that's why everyone outside of the genre of reggae music may feel like it's dying a bit because they're not hearing it on the mainstream like they did when Bob got that mainstream acceptance. So I don't think it's dying, but I would say it needs, just like good plants, a lot more watering.
So if you weren't doing what you are today,
Mm-hmm.
now, what would you be doing?
I have no idea. To be honest with you, I don't have a clue what I would be doing because I don't feel that there's anything I could do better than what I am doing right now. Outside of music and being on radio, the other best job that I have is motherhood. So I would probably be a mother, a housewife, and I don't necessarily know if I would have pursued that legal route that I had intended to, now that I've had a taste of this, and I know that this is really what I wanted to do, because I spent years wandering, not knowing what I wanted to do. A bit unsure of myself, not confident, and not really having a good female mentor in business or in that business world to help direct me to what would have been my success story at that time. So I don't know what else I would be doing, honestly.
So what are you working on now, and what can people expect to come from you in the next little while?
Well, from the team, I'd like to say me, but it's really not me alone. It started off just myself, but as the years have gone on, there's been a tremendous amount of support. And I think what is good about what's coming next is that it's going to include everyone across Canada. Rebel Vibes, the 2-hour radio show, is about to become Canada's first reggae road show.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's exciting.
Thank you. We're very excited to be able to go province to province and actually find the new talent that has been hidden in these pockets of Canada and not getting the mainstream acceptance. We have developed the first web TV station that will be bringing that talent to the internet, to the viewers, to the reggae lovers and enthusiasts. And there are so many bands, groups, and amazing artists in Canada that I think the world will really be surprised, because Canada, for reggae in the world, Canada has still not catapulted or had its acceptance in other parts of the world. We're very familiar with the sound that comes out of England, Jamaica's reggae sound, the American sound, the European sound, but the Canadian sound is just started to really rise up. And I'm very proud, very, very proud, and almost kind of like a stage mother on side stage when I see some of these talents get their rightful due after performing and recording for so many years and not having the ability to be seen or heard.
Now, you made a really big difference here in this country. You've been working very hard. You've had an exciting career. Do you think your dad would be proud of you if he was still here?
Oh, I know he's proud. I know he's proud. I've recently added a segment to the show that would give it more international appeal and have celebrity guest co-hosts now. And some of the veterans in the music industry that started this in the 60s and are still performing and still traveling the world, I've been lucky to have them as co-hosts, and they all say the same thing. My father used to be the go-to person here in Canada for reggae music, and they all tell me he'd be very, very proud. And I believe it, because I sleep well at night, new ideas continually flow, desire and determination to get more done it's just second nature. I really don't know where the energy comes from, but then I also know that I'm being blessed at the same time. And I know that's not only with the strength to do it, the guidance to do it, which being pushed right into the station the way I was, how I ended up there. I know my father is lending a helping hand.
Now, Carrie, if anyone wants to find out more information about you, where on the internet can they go, and where can they find your radio show if they're in Toronto, and if they're not in Toronto?
Well, you can go to rebelvibes.ca, rebelvibez.ca, and you can also find us at Twitter and all the social networks. We're there. And we air on chry.fm every Monday mornings at 10 a.m. Till 12 noon. And for almost 8 years now, every holiday Monday, every long weekend Monday, I broadcast for 5 hours and like to get more connected because there is so much talent. So hopefully all of the viewers here at Extraordinary Women TV can tune in on a Monday and really absorb a strong reggae shake. That's what I'm going to call it. It's good for the soul. It's great, conscious, lovers rock music, and we tried to emulate the root of what reggae is all about, which is love, unity, peace, and we would love to see more people support reggae music.
Well, Carrie, thank you so much for being here on the show and sharing your inspiring story.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best with your career going forward.
Thank you very much, Shannon.
Well, I've been speaking with Carrie Mullings. She is a Toronto-based DJ, radio personality and host, and Canada's ambassador for reggae. Well, if you are interested in finding out more about past episodes, past guests, about the show, to contact me, I'd encourage you to visit the website at extraordinarywomentv.com. I have ongoing updates on Twitter, so do follow me on Twitter. Well, if you are interested in transforming your life, I hope these stories have inspired you. You've been watching Extraordinary Women TV. I'm Shannon Skinner. See you soon.